The recurring DC animation theme is revisited in this video, which, inspired by a recently reviewed British cartoon wherein a character resembles the Flash, explores the Justice League Unlimited episode Flash and Substance, a personal favourite, in which the fastest man alive battles several of his foes, assisted by the Caped Crusader Batman, while the new god Orion is also there for some reason. The episode opens with villains Mirror Master, Trickster, Captain Cold, and Captain Birdseye, the frozen food mascot. No, he's not really there. They deleted his scene. Though thankfully Captain Boomerang is. The rogues discuss their lives, hatred of the Flash, and resolve to defeat him, in a scene that seemingly pay an affectionate, understanding tribute to the Batman the Animated Series episode Almost Got Him. Like said episode, this segment introduces a focused, gripping plot and uniquely textures its villains, casually revealing individual traits, playfully establishing a diverse group dynamic, and foreshadowing later character-driven plot points. The uniquely textured characterization continues in a following scene. Flash announces to Batman, the world's greatest detective, and Orion, who is also there for some reason, the opening of a commemorative Flash museum in Central City. In spite of his boisterousness, Flash shows clear humility and respect when asking if Batman, one of his longest serving teammates, could attend the opening. Batman, in spite of his brooding, stoic countenance, shows clear support when choosing to attend the opening, and Orion, who is also there for some reason, despite being a new god and aggressively critical of Flash, shows some vulnerability when quietly agreeing to attend the opening, following a stern look from Batman. A pleasant scene where Flash interacts with several citizens who he knows by name is shown. The relaxed warmth is elevated by Michael Rosenbaum's suitably charismatic voice performance. Soon, Flash's foes begin their previously plotted plot to thwart the Scarlet Speedster. Mirror Master and Captain Boomerang's attempts allow for character-driven, kinetic, versatile, tense action sequences, weaponizing the visual intrigue that these villains' gimmicks allow. Via Mirror Master's roller disco illusions and Captain Boomerang's gigantic boomerang, while lovingly celebrating exciting Silver Age comic book absurdity in a modernized, clear context. When the foes inevitably fail, they agree to reattempt their attack at the Flash Museum opening, though Trickster is excluded. To discover his foes' plans, Flash guides Batman and the other one to the bar shown earlier, since it's a known criminal social spot. They find a dejected Trickster. Flash rejects Orion's plans to aggressively interrogate the crook and takes a more personable approach. The textured characterization shown fleetingly elsewhere meaningfully returns. It's revealed Trickster is mentally unwell and lacks a certain awareness or control of his actions. Flash's sympathetic treatment delivers a valuable, nuanced, balanced message that communication approaches should be determined on a case-by-case basis. The episode wisely averts the implication that every villain is misunderstood, since all other villains shown are clearly intentionally and proudly malicious, and would perhaps deserve and respond to aggressive interrogation. Flash is simply aware that a warmer approach is appropriate for the clearly troubled Trickster. Trickster willingly reveals his former cohort's plans to attack the museum, but never reveals those of Captain Birdseye, probably because they deleted his scene. The exchange is a tender, humorous one. The Trickster's undercurrent of sorrow is highlighted by Mark Hamill's voice performance. He plays a DC joke-themed supervillain so skillfully, I'm surprised he's never played another character of that ilk. Oh, I forgot about that. Our mighty heroes and Orion arrive at the Flash Museum, and Batman's attempts to stop Mirror Master by removing all reflective surfaces from the building prove pointless when Mirror Master and his two cohorts enter the museum via a reporter's handheld mirror. Another kinetic, tense and versatile action sequence unfolds, and all these traits are amplified now that more heroes and villains are actively involved. Welcome, enticing, abstract imagery is provided by one of Mirror Master's traps, followed by moments of admirable resourcefulness from Batman and moments of objectionable uselessness from Orion. For someone so critical of the Flash, he offers very little. He's not even my favourite red character who rides a scooter. That accolade belongs to Poe from the Teletubbies. The villains are defeated, though Flash's museum is destroyed. Orion finally shows admiration for Flash, and Flash, undeterred by the museum's destruction, instead celebrates that no one was hurt and the heroes won, succinctly and poetically communicating a legitimate, hopeful message. Which, when combined with the sharp self-aware humour, kinetic action, productive tributes to bygone superhero eras, skillful voice performances, and textured, understandable characterization, form an excellent episode of an excellent show. Orion's comparative incompetence is possibly intentional, and deleting Captain Birdseye's scene was probably wise, though showing Flash's day job as a forensic scientist feels wasteful, since none of the talents he displays there become relevant. I don't share a lot of my talents on these videos because they won't become relevant, and because I don't have any. This complaint is minor, since Flash and Substance earns a firm place in my top 3 JLU episodes. Though given it's entitled Flash and Substance, it does confuse me that Flash doesn't fight crime alongside a sidekick called Substance. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you next time, I'll assume you're in a supervillain bar, hatching a plan to defeat your arch-enemy. Feel free to invite me. Mine's a milk. Ulcer. I was born in a crossfire hurricane, and I howled at my ma in the driving rain. But it's alright now, in fact it's a gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping Jack Flash, it's a gas, gas, gas.